Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Northwest Craftsman. So today is going to be a little bit of a content shift. My wife and I are looking to try and grow some of our own food and just kind of build out the house that we're living in so that we can be a little bit more self-sustaining, self-supporting. And one of those things that we decided to start with was a chicken coop and to get some chickens. So luckily, the place that we're renting has a pretty good spot for that, and so we're going to go down, check it out. And today, I'm primarily just going to try and show you guys what we're doing to transform that space into a space that works well for chickens. So we're going to go through, I think it's moving a bunch of dirt, putting some fencing up, putting some raptor repellent up, raptors just being hawks, falcons, etc. And we're just going to go through that process and let you guys watch us, my wife and I, do a whole bunch of work. So, okay, let's get a look at it and see what it looks like right now so that you guys can kind of see how it's going to transform. Okay, see you in a second. Okay, so coming into the barn here that they've had for just ever and ever, there's these old horse stalls that they had in place, and we've used them in the past, but our horse just seems to hate them. So we're going to see if we can't take this guy over and put it into a chicken coop. It needs a little bit of work, obviously, in order to make that work. But we're not going to focus on this portion today. This is going to be a whole project in and of itself, and I'll put together a separate video on that. This is the space that we're going to be trying to transform today into something that is chicken safe, chicken proof. And so what we think, at least, this is going to require, and again, all of this is just kind of happening live, so we're going to need to move a bunch of the dirt from the bottom up here up to the top so that it drains a little bit better. This becomes an absolutely disgusting, muddy mess in the winter. But just try and put a little bit more of a grate on here so that it drains out, clear the bottom side of those fences so that we can get the water to drain out of here. And then we're going to try and set up a sprinkler so that we can water this whole area. And then we're going to plant it with some forage seed. Now, my wife has been doing most of the research on that, so I could let her give more details on that. But we're going to be planting this. And then basically from up here down, we're going to be putting some fishing line with some fluorescent streamers on it to try and prevent the hawks and turkey vultures, which we do get a lot of down here, from swooping in and picking off our chickens. But that's enough talking. I'm going to go ahead and get to work. Set you guys up on time lapse for most of this and get a couple of action shots as we're going through, just so that you guys can get a good flavor for the process. And then when we're done, we'll follow back up. Okay, see you guys in a few minutes. we go, guys. All in a hard, long day's work. Got the fences up all the way around the edges, got it nice and graded all the way through. My wife had a great idea to pile up some rocks for the chickens so that they had a little place to hide just in case the hawks come through. You can see the fence all the way up along there. And then we put some of this scare tape up around to try and keep the falcons and the other raptors from coming in here. Just create some uncertainty for them so that they can't get in. Definitely not the prettiest chicken coop, not perfect by any means, but it should be just about what we need to get everything started. So we're going to go ahead and turn the sprinkler on. We're going to plant some grass seed, but we need to see how the water's going to move before we do that. But that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for sticking around. I really appreciate it. Again, I know this is a little bit different type of content, or a little bit of a different type of content than I have usually, but there's probably going to be more of this as the family gets bigger and as we get our own place to start just producing some of our own food. But I thought I'd share the journey with you guys. Thank you guys tons. I will let you guys follow through on the chicken coop when we do that eventually, and we'll get some progress shots as the clover and grass starts growing. The chickens get in here and you guys can see kind of how it works. So thank you guys for joining me. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section down below, and I'll talk to you later. Have a great one. Make some dust.